Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here. I hope you are having an amazing day. I know I am. Let's take a quick look here at Matic, and before we do, we typically look at Bitcoin, but we're going to skip all that for time's sake. Matic is doing very, very well, and just keep in mind, Bitcoin did good as well. Okay, so Bitcoin jumped up about 6% yesterday, and it's making higher highs and higher lows at this point. So that's kind of giving a lot more confidence in the market. At least I know it's nice to see, a break from the trend of the lower lows and lower highs, right? So all good stuff there with Bitcoin, and we can see that kind of reflected here on Matic. Even though Matic is fairly independent of Bitcoin, it's still reliant on, Bitcoin doing at least average, right? And not going super straight down for that matter. Anyways, we'll take a look at that. You'll get what I mean by that here in just a moment. And just know I'm not a financial advisor, right? I love teaching people how to trade and just helping you become a better, more self-sufficient trader. This is my full-time job. I love it. And I can tell you that I've got a great, excellent, awesome community. So if you're not part of that already, consider joining before, obviously rates increase. But I'm actually rolling out with a trading academy too that will tell you and teach you every step of the way how to become a better trader. So awesome stuff. Really excited to roll that out. That'll be happening in January. So at this point, let's go ahead and look at Matic. And first and foremost, just to note, we are above both moving averages. The 50's kind of been working as a tentative support level the whole time, which is awesome. That's pretty much the way it should work. That's how the 50 is supposed to work. We're up over 50 on the RSI, of course, too, and under 70 as well, so we're not considered to be overbought. It wouldn't be a problem if we come up over 70 on the RSI, honestly. That can oftentimes work as a support level, but for right now, we got to consider it as a potential resistance, and it could hold the price action down. Also to note, just so you understand what these lines are, this is the previous all-time high close, right? So it's kind of a support level now for the most part, and we should likely close over that today. So this will probably be the new highest one-day candlestick close. This is the one-day, basically just the highest point of which Matic has ever gotten, right? So $2.69 is its all-time high. Okay, now both are important just so you understand, because a one-day candlestick close, in my opinion, is much more important than an all-time high. And the reason why is just because an all-time high can be, just kind of an extreme push. Sometimes things get kind of over heightened. And as you can tell here, we look at this, that was a very large candlestick. And, 2 days in a row, it tried to get higher than that and it couldn't. But the bottom line is it closed 2 days in a row at that exact same point. So to me, I think the one-day candlestick close is important. So I'm leaving that up here for the now. So if we can close above that, that'll be the new all-time high close. And that's a very good sign. That will make it a lot easier to be able to achieve, 269 or higher, if that makes any sense. So all good things here for the one-day chart on Matic. Let's take a look at the 4-hour, see what's going on. We look at the 50, obviously the price is kind of staying above 50-day set moving average, the 200 also as well. So all good stuff here. We can really just see just consistent growth and consistent behavior. Like these higher highs and higher lows that are happening are fantastic. Now, I don't love the fact that this is a bit of an overextension, right? We look at TD sequential, it'll probably tell us we're close, if not exceeding. Yes, we're well above, the case in point where the price should be. In other words, when you have a 9 on TD sequential, it's kind of counting up from, it's counting the fourth previous candlestick, and if it keeps counting higher, then it goes up to a 9. Once you hit a 9, you should expect a retracement or some kind of sideways action from there. Keep in mind, we did have some sideways action here, so this isn't terrible, okay? Albeit the fact that we are still increasing in price and the price is higher right now, that did kind of give it a little bit of breathing room, okay? It just wasn't enough for TD sequential to get that reset. So I don't hate that. I like that, actually. This is a very good sign. So truth be told, we may not actually truly be at a 9 if you kind of consider that nice 12-hour consolidation phase. That's kind of a nice thing. So truth be told, again, yeah, we're looking at, yes, it's overextended, but also not terribly, if that makes any sense. It kind of just, we're fair to middle in there. I think we do have room for a little bit more growth, but we also got to be realistic in the fact that it has consistently increased over the past, how long ago was that? That's 2 days ago. We're up about 28% in 2 days. Now, again, it's not terrible. I would say a good rate of growth would be 10 to 15% per day. So we're kind of within that range where it's not extreme, but we're getting close to the point in which, we might expect some kind of turnaround. It shouldn't be significant. What could and should happen if it were to, I'd like to actually see this, is for the price to come back down and to essentially bounce off of 247. Because 247 is a one-day candlestick high close, right? The previous. That's the new support level. Therefore, we want to maybe use that as potential bouncing or pivot point, so to speak, for our price action. So I'm going to set an alert to 250 just so I can get alerted there and take another look at it. So we come closer to that. It might be a good case in point where we want to consider adding to our position or taking another, another long position, honestly. But the key takeaway here is that the all-time high of 267 will be, sorry, 269. 269 will be a resistance level. Okay, so we're kind of stuck in between a support and resistance zone right now, which is all good. If we consolidate sideways here for a couple days before it takes off again, that'd be awesome. But I can tell you if Bitcoin gets a lot more confidence, say we break 50,000, maybe even 52,300, a major Fibonacci retracement level, right? A nice strong resistance right now for Bitcoin. If we break that and we continue to make higher highs for Bitcoin, there's no doubt in my mind that Matic will take off or continue to take off because it already kind of has, right? So let's go ahead and see let's take a look at the 1 hour chart quickly, and then we'll identify a big picture. So looking at the Ichimoku cloud, obviously all good stuff here. Leave your position open if you have one, right? There's literally nothing here telling us that we want to close our position. Just note that the price might continue to consolidate or retrace down closer to about 247. If it does, do not stress, don't worry. If anything, just a better buying opportunity to add to our position, okay? Furthermore, also note too as well, TD sequential, we're at an 8 out of 9 on a 1 hour time frame. And you can see we hit an 8 previously before it started to retrace a little bit. But look at this here. Isn't this nice? The price actually came up, broke that resistance, right, of 247, came down, tested it almost 3 hours in a row, and then continued to the upside. Okay, so again, the price comes back down, it does bounce off there. That would be a strong, very much likely support level. Okay, so I'm confident in saying that 247 should be the lowest we'll see Matic in the near future, pending Bitcoin doesn't tank 42,000 tomorrow, right? There's always that little variable. I have to throw that out there. I think it's less likely with Bitcoin making higher highs and higher lows, but for now, that's just kind of the way we kind of got to treat things, okay? So be careful with your stop losses, in other words. Don't have them too tight for the moment, because a lot of these coins here that we're looking at and we're investing in, a lot of our swing trade signals, of course, too, they all have very good potential. And having a really tight stop loss can be, problematic because they need room to breathe, right? Cryptocurrency has a larger risk tolerance, I would say, than traditional trading. All right, anyways, enough about that. Let's go ahead and just summarize with a, I guess you could say, a prediction where we can anticipate where the price may go here in the near future. And if we look at this here, also note too, this recent growth, you can see this is a nice Fibonacci retracement level. So 247 is essentially reiterated as another strong support. So there we go. Here we go. So right around 357 would be a better case scenario for Matic if we were to basically 2x its recent growth. So in what, 14th, so in 8 trading days, we've seen an increase of approximately 53%. So if we were to get that same amount of growth from Matic, we could see 357 in the next 8 trading days. Okay. Now, I'm more conservative myself personally, so I would like to speculate that we might see this more so in 2 weeks versus 1 week, just based on the fact that it would be nice to see somewhat of a consolidation phase for Matic, right? Because again, it's done very well. It would be very healthy if the price consolidated in this support and resistance zone right here between 247 and 269. That would be a nice place for the price to kind of hang out. And the reason why I say that, just because you want to have a calm before the storm, right? You want to have a solid foundation to build on. If it goes up too high, too fast right now, it might not have a good floor, if that makes sense, and it could fall through, okay? So again, some consolidation would be good there. One last look here to sequential. We're at a 6 on the 1 day. So we hypothetically have 3 more days worth of bullish momentum. So yeah, I mean, seriously, we could literally see by year end a range of $3 plus, or maybe even 350 as a better case scenario for Matic. Again, this year, that's a very strong potential based on its history, based on its fundamentals as well. Do your own research there, but this is a very, very good ecosystem, and I can assure you that big picture Matic is a good investment. If you haven't already got in, get in. And if you are already in, consider dollar cost averaging closer to 247 if possible. And then obviously we'll all ride the wave and have some fun with the profits in the near future. Just don't be surprised the price does retrace and consolidate a little bit here soon. But I'd be shocked if the price comes down below 247, just based on its again recent history. So I hope that helps you here today. Obviously, if so, comment below. If not, that's okay too. Feel free to join my trading community. Really awesome group of folks there. Looking forward to getting to know you better. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. We'll see you.